r/Askreddit by Reddit and chill. You are the last person alive. Assuming the internet, electricity, and other parts of the infrastructure remain functional. What is the first thing you do? I guess I wouldn't succeed in this scenario, but I'd be looking for other survivors. Maybe post on Reddit asking if anyone else is still alive. How sad would it be if you got a bunch of responses and then realized that they were all bots? Still proceeding to lock the door when I take a wank. Still gonna clear my browser history when I'm done. Find the perfect bed, bunch of sleeping meds, and finally get a good week of rest. Very Goldilocks of you. Comment last on every YouTube video. There was a concept about that. It might have been a book. Someone replied with, "You sure?" Cry. Bury my wife. My brothers. Try to preserve their memories. Read all the books I have sitting around. But your glass is just broke. Sleep a lot. Read a lot. Binge watch anime and series. Pretty much drown myself in escapism. Which isn't too far from what I'm doing now. I've never related to a sentence so much. Find a fleshlight and duck it. I doubt I'd ever do so otherwise. But I've always wondered if they live up to the hype. I want to as well. But still living with my parents and siblings. It's a risky thing I don't want them to accidentally come across. Jerk it. All the adult stores would be abandoned. You could get anything for free. Print off as many how-to manuals as I can. Medicine. First aid. Plants and growing. Then find as many maps as I can. Because the electricity won't last forever. You could also just go take that info from a bookstore or library pretty much at your leisure. Kill myself probably. It would be lonely. Get a dog or something. Finally break into Area 51. Learn all its dirty secrets. Find the aliens. Set them free. They see me as their savior. And as thanks let me clap them cheeks. They contact their home world. Ask for pickup. Chill with the aliens and learn about each other's species, culture, tech. When the alien rescue party arrives, either A. Stay behind on Earth and help them establish a colony. Act as their Earth liaison and respected advisor. Live out my days in the new society with comfort and moderate wealth. B. Join the aliens on the trek back to their home world. Stay on their planet. See the sights. Assimilate into their culture. C. Enlist in their space exploration program. Travel the cosmos with my alien crew and explore the universe. D. Upon contact with their home world. Learn they have a minor population of humans they abducted over the years but who were free to live in peace after studied by the aliens. Live with my fellow humans on another planet. You forgot E. Be surprised when it comes out that the aliens only want to eat you and you're not even the main course. Game. Drive a car. Shoot a gun. Set up scenarios and act them out. Masturbate in public places. Shit on the floor. Set off a bomb in a theme park to watch the thing come crashing down. Commit arson. And a lot of other messed up yet fun things. Check out Last Man on Earth. His does all this shit and it's hilarious. I'd go to release all animals from the shelter so they don't die in cages. Then in about a year while wild dogs run rabbit in my town I'd have a steady food supply. Also I'd go to Costco and eat the large tiramisu logs because I DK how to make tiramisu and I'm sure as hell not learning. Please tell me you know the saying is run rampant and not run rabbit. r/Bonipultia. I assume there might be someone else remaining. I try to contact them with a post to Reddit. Plot twist. A bot responds. But you assume that it's a person. Make sure I have enough weapons to defend myself from animals. Supplies to give myself first aid. And materials for repair supplies. Find the nearest few big dogs I can befriend. And take them all in as my pack. Find an existing solar or wind powered farm to make into my primary residence. When the rest of the grid goes dark, I'll need a place that's already self-sustaining from an electrical perspective. Rescue as many trapped animals as I can to make sure they don't suffer and starve to death. Finally, I'll set about to getting the nuclear launch codes and periodically launch an ICBM. Yeah. I get it. I'd completely unnecessarily massacre a bunch of animals and plant life. And this probably means I have a bad side to myself somewhere deep in my heart. But, honestly, I just don't think I could resist the temptation. I'm sorry. That last bit might be the best way to signal the aliens. Finish Candy Crush. Try to add more levels now. Punks. This is one of those times where being a boy girl means whether or not you can reset recreate human life. If you're a woman you can go to a sperm bank and figure out how to become pregnant using Google or some shit. And go on from there. Hope you have a boy and make incest babies or a girl and inject her with semen. As a man I'd just probably go into Area 51 check for some aliens. And then fly fighter jets GTA style. I don't even want to think about being the only person left alive in the world. And then trying to restart humanity. Pregnancy is shitty enough. Now imagine a pregnancy where there are no doctors. No emotional support. No one to help you at all when you suffer complications. Have a stillborn. Bleed out wherever you just happen to be dropping the kid. Ugh. So many terrible things could happen. I'd probably just go find a Batmobile from the Burton movies. Duck that responsibility stuff. Read through this post. Borrow a Lamborghini. I mean you technically inherited it. Make an Askreddit if anyone is alive. A bot responds. Yes. Masturbate. Probably. Cook the priciest steak I can find. Sit in queue for my favorite online video game and complain about not finding a match. So nothing different. Q. Pornhub. So, what's this dark web I keep hearing about? Surround myself with a pack of dogs. They'd keep me happy. Find as many drugs as possible. Recreational and otherwise. Find a great farm, maintain it. Make it aquaponics based. Hoard as many batteries, solar power chargers and gasoline as possible. Also dynamite. C4. Blow up things. Just because. Break into as many government buildings as possible. Area 54. Then travel as far as possible from nuclear power plants. Befriend bonobos or orangutans. Enjoy their company for a while. Eventually, as a last ditch effort, take epic amounts of shrooms DMT until I make contact with the others. Or at least until I think I do. Then eventually I guess try and teach myself to fly a helicopter without fear of dying. Write down on a sheet of paper that I seem to be hallucinating. And to get me help. If I can't see people, but food is still being restocked, there is probably something ducky going on. I don't think restocking shelves is often considered part of the infrastructure. I'm gonna take the Declaration of Independence. Eat till I'm obese, then eat a bullet. There is a movie like this. Boke. Warning. Not a feel-good movie. It's slow. I enjoyed things about it, but it's definitely not a blockbuster or anything. It has moments. I enjoy stuff like that occasionally. You'll be better off reading the road though if you get off on that kind of thing. Going to a shopping mall in this situation is the dream. I'd probably travel and see the world. I'd visit the places I've always wanted to see. Do the activities that I've always wanted to try. etc. There would be nothing stopping me. Except oceans. Flying and captaining ships is not easy. Write down how the world went to shit and how I'm pretty famous now as I'm the last living human, but it literally means nothing as everyone else is gone. I'm pretty content on my own, but the idea of the whole world being gone is depressing even to me. I'd probably pull the trigger. Unless I can find a doggo. A sweet companion to be my friend. Then I could go on living. It would turn into I Am Legend. The infra won't be on for long. So I guess archive as much data locally as I can. And leave messages on as many server sites as possible for a future civilization. Then I dunno. I'd probably go nuts and shoot myself after a while. But not after ticking off a few bucket list items. Get lots of guns. I'm not a gun freak. But there are going to be a lot of wild, scary animals as time goes by. My name is Robert Neville. I am a survivor living in New York City. I am broadcasting on all AM frequencies. I will be at the South Street Seaport every day at midday, when the sun is highest in the sky. If you are out there, if anyone is out there, I can provide food. I can provide shelter. I can provide security. If there's anybody out there, anybody, please, you are not alone. Start downloading all the illegal shit I can find. Then I hack into Area 51 so I can travel with them aliens. Try to live as long as I can before reaching a point that I just can't do it anymore. Then off myself. Release zoo animals so they don't starve. They gonna kill you, bruh. Collect as many cats and dogs from local shelters. Take all the med supplies from vet hospitals and pharmacies. Take care of the animals left behind. Also start building some minor infrastructure like a greenhouse so I can ensure I'll live too. One day will come where I will be too weak or sick to care for the animals any longer. We may have had many years together. On that day I will finally open the doors, unlock all the gates, and make sure all the animals have a way to leave the building. Then I'll set up an IV drip of midazolam and a pump of euthysil. Drift into unconsciousness and die. Peaceful death, knowing I saved what I could. Get naked. Then get something to eat. No more reason to continue living. Definitely commit suicide. Not to bash on your post, but books, movies, food, pets. OP didn't say all the animals died. New hobbies that you couldn't try because of responsibilities that no longer apply. Since everybody is dead. Learning new languages and the knowledge of a now extinct race. Building stuff. Seeing the world and all the amazing things it still has. After that, probably suicide. So are there gonna be corpses everywhere cause that's kinda creepy? I would probably commit suicide. Realistically. But otherwise I would try to get to Poland and see if I can play Cyberpunk 2077 before I die. Probably take a super strong PC and get a ton of single player games. I go out and find as many dogs that were left behind as I can and bring them with me to care for them and have some awesome company. I go to a Costco and set up my home base there with radios and any communication devices I can get my hands on because there's no way I can really be the last person on earth. Is there? Of course. Being in a Costco I'll be good on food for several years and so will my massive pack of dog friends. Years go by as I simply live and scan my radios for any sign of life. In the meantime my friends will age and pass away. Some aren't fixed so there will be some new faces to love along the way. But as the years pass, the crushing loneliness and weight of being the only person left on earth starts to mess me up worse and worse. I frantically scan my radios. Day after day. 4 or 5 years later I've still reached no one. I've become hopeless and fragile. And I've lost all faith in anything. My life is now only survival as my body and my food supply ages. I'm past hope. Becoming weak and giving up. I have weapons to protect myself and my dogs but as my fragile state of mind worsens and my will weakens, they start to represent my only escape from this hell. It's now been a decade. I've lost everyone and everything I ever loved. I've lost my past and my future. My health is failing as I close in on 60 years of age. I cannot handle this loneliness, the cold and the heat of the desert. And I cannot imagine another day of not hearing a human voice on the other side of the radios anymore. Hope is gone. Most of my animals are gone. The world has become wholly inhospitable to me, who I believe to be the only human life left on this forsaken earth. Jerk it in the Oval Office. Start learning more about cloning new human beings and maybe break into fertility labs and figure out how to make test tube babies. Smoke in no smoking areas until I die of lung cancer. Explore the planet. I would drive across the country and just enjoy my music in the empty roads for as long as I want, then probably off myself. Oh god, I didn't even think of the cars. I would Google the address of every McLaren, Ferrari, Lamborghini, and Tesla dealership in the world and just go insane. Find the perfect home. Stock up on food. Start a vegetable fruit garden. Save many animals. Attempt to download Pornhub. The end of the world, yeah, bound to get lonely. Go to the evidence locker and do all the drugs and probably die. Ducking like and subscribe.